Yes, I'm in shorts and t-shirt. It's silly weather here. Now, today, what I'm going to be doing is getting rid of these stupid ace bars. Fantastic when I was 18, 19, 20. Not so good now, I'm 65. Now, simple enough job, but there's a couple of little bits in there that you may want to know about. The reason this came off the road, to be fair, was I couldn't get it to go through the CT or the MOT because it wouldn't idle. And the reason it wouldn't idle, I've now discovered, is because there's a kink in the throttle cable. So I've got a new throttle cable. That will be changed at some point. But this is just a quick one because I've not posted for a little while about just getting this thing back on the road if I possibly can. I'd like to get it back on the road. I've got a set of expansion pipes for it, which would be fantastic. But we'll see. We'll see. It's been fucked around with in the past, and it's possibly not at its best. A lot of the chrome work I've got, but it isn't in good condition, and it's been given this rather hideous calf racer seat. But I'm going to keep it on there because hopefully it will look better with the bars. Now, the bars. The handlebars I've gone for is a simple matte black affair to go with the black paintwork. Hopefully that'll be fine, and it should be easy enough to put them over. That being said, you never really know what you're getting nowadays. It's not a Suzuki part. They don't make parts for these much anymore. So this is a aftermarket part, which is possibly not good or the best quality, but we'll see. We have to change them over anyway because otherwise I keep catching and jamming my hands against the petrol tank. Now I've got the new throttle cable, so while I'm at it, while I've got the throttle apart, I may as well look at changing that, but I might just slide it off for now because I haven't got much time and just change the bars. Now the reason I was doing a video on changing bars, which is a really stupid thing to do a video on because everyone knows how to do it, is because of the screws. Now the screws that hold these switches on are called JIS, which is Japanese Industry Standard, and these are the screwdrivers I got, which are JIS. Japanese Industry Standard are not Phillips, and they're not Posi. They're a mix in between. They're the Japanese's own standard size. So this is what we use to undo all the screws on Japanese bikes. If you use a Posi or a Phillips, you have a really good chance that you're going to screw up the heads. And if you screw up the heads, then it's a real pain in the arse to get them out. So JIS screwdrivers are what you want. Now this is never going to go right, is it? Because it never does. Because what he's done, the lovely man who owned it before me, is obviously, to go back to exactly what I've just said, I think he's obviously screwed up the screws and he's put Allen screws in. So he's obviously not used a JIS screwdriver. So this side is different. Let's see what he's done on this side. See, we're discovering as we go all the time. Here he's got some sort of headed screw, but that's been rounded off, and on the other one he's got a flat screw. So yeah, he's fucked these up totally. So this is where a little box of tools comes into effect. So we got, basically, from what I can tell, three different screws. And the reason we got three different screws is because he fucked up the JIS screws. Not using the JIS. The reason I'm using this is because the screw heads have been fucked up and they changed the screws for these Allen screws, which are not the right ones. But as is the story with all of these bikes of this sort of age, people didn't know about JIS screws. I certainly didn't when I was younger. And we just used to get a Phillips or a Posi and whack it in there and see if we could do it up. So, you know, it's not crime of the century, but it's annoying, but we can get around it. We'll get some JIS screws in there later. I'll get some proper screws from. Seems to not have. This is a lever without a lock nut in the bottom of it, which is interesting. And to be able to get this off, I'm going to have to take this off. So that's going to be an interesting concept, because this is just clamped. It's not off on each side, and that's never going to come off. We know that. Well, after a battle with this, I did manage to get it off, and it took a while, and I'm out of breath now because, as I said, it's hotter than hell where we live at the moment. And so we have been looking at temperatures of yesterday. It peaked at 50 degrees centigrade, so it's even down here, which is slightly underground, it's hot. So anyway, got that off now, thank God. I'll put these away somewhere safe so that I can pick it up again later. Now I need to undo this bolt here. Take this out, undo this. And I need to look at this anyway, because there's no lock nut actually holding this on, holding the lever on. So if I want to, I can pull this out, and the lever, I don't know if you can see that, the lever just falls out, which is not ideal, is it? So I might need to be looking at my old collection of levers. I've got an old collection of old levers, and I'll be looking at them and seeing if I have a lock nut for that. It's only a lock nut. I'm bound to have one somewhere, and we'll get that on. Or I might get some new levers for it, I don't know. I think I actually have some new levers for it somewhere. The clutch is adjusted to its maximum, which is, again, a bit concerning. But, you know, what can I do? What can you do? There's only so much you can do, isn't there? So I'm going to take the clutch out, the cable, and then I can get this out. Seems to be a bit of a problem at the end of the lever, so I'm assuming that it's been dropped at some point and there's a little burr on it. Okay, that can go up in the collection of GT550 parts. And then this side is a bit more conventional with the two bolts on this, which is going to be simple. So it says, always when you say it's simple, it's not going to be, is it? I'm hoping that this reservoir is good and sealed well, because if it doesn't, I'm going to end up with brake fluid everywhere. Not that I'll be keeping it anyway, I'll probably be changing that as well. I'll probably be changing a lot of bits on this, and then selling it as a sort of cafe racer looking thing with all the spare parts. So if somebody wants to put it back to original, they can, and therefore then they can register it as a classic or whatever, which you need to do seriously in France with photographs and newspapers and stuff like that. But, I digress. So that's the master cylinder off for now. Just put those back in so I don't lose them. This actually is off of a different bike, the actual back clamp. So if you look at them, there's nothing correct about that at all. But hey ho, it's not a lot we can do about it. And I've got a little bit of weepage out of that, so I'm going to check that and keep an eye on that. I'm going to tie just a piece of tissue around it, and that will tell me if this is weeping. If it is, I will put it into a plastic bag and seal it up, so that it doesn't leak anymore. But that will just tell me if it's leaking in a couple of minutes. That'll go wet. Okay, so we haven't got JIS on this either. I am hoping that one of them is this hex head again, which I'm not convinced it will be, but until I try it, we'll never know, will we? Oh, by the way, if you saw me earlier, these are quite good for taking things like the stuff off of handlebars. So got those from China. And again, because of they're from there so cheap, it doesn't really matter if you break it, does it? Because you can buy another one. But I found that quite invaluable for strange, weird stuff. And if any of you's ever wondering at the moment, yes, I am wearing my old Sparky Speed Shop t-shirt because I can't find my other ones because it's been so long. I know I gave one to my daughter before she went on her tour around Japan and Korea. But yeah, I couldn't find it, so I'm wearing my old one from the UK, from when I used to have my shop in the UK. So there we go. Bit of old-fashioned stuff going on there. Bit of old-fashioned shit going on there. So, well, these won't be going back on yet because I'll be looking for some proper screws for them, or maybe even buying some new switches. I don't know yet because these don't look great. The run kill switch is rubbing against the metalwork here, so I'm not quite convinced as to how good that will be, but we'll see. Again, not really that bothered. I need to drop this out, and I need to think about this throttle cable. So if I take you off of there and bring you over here, you'll have to excuse me if I shake because I'm not brilliant at these, as somebody pointed out to me. As you can see here, now let me turn you around. So as you can see here, you've got this kink in the cable here, and that's actually snapped. Oh, sorry, actually snapped the outer casing there, and that's grabbing. And then you have another kink here, which is not good. And then of course you got the two in the one. One goes to your throttle cable, the other one goes to your oil pump, and then you got your pull. So you got your push and your pull cables and your oil pump cable. So that's what I'm going to be replacing later. But for now, today, just as a short, I'm just going to be replacing this set of crap handlebars, which were the dogs in the day. I remember them quite clearly. There we go, and then hopefully I can just continue. So I'm not going to disconnect any of this yet. I'll just get these handlebars off, because like I say, I can't spend too long in here without the fan on. If I switch the fan on, you're not going to be able to hear a damn word I say. So this is why the fan's off, which is not very good, because actually in here, even though it's underground and it's cool in here, in this part we have got temperatures of about 36. So as you can imagine, it's a bit, and I daren't open the door because it's 40 odd out there, it's 42 out there. So if I open the door, all I'm going to be doing is letting a lot of warm air in. So that's why this is going to be a quick one. Right, so that's the right part. I just need to find my circuit. There we go. And this is the other thing, you get so hot, you get a little bit disorientated and you tend to forget where things are and shit like that, where you put things down, which is bad enough in the normal mode, but in this mode it's awful. In fact, I'm going to move you up a little bit, I think, just to, there we go, that might be better. Yeah, so you can see me now. I'm not sure if that is actually better, but you're stuck with it now. It's just these clamps to undo. There is a lot of cleaning to do on this machine, which I will do, but you don't want to watch a video of me just cleaning the machine because that's just bullshit, isn't it? But I will give it a clean over the next couple of days, and then the next time you come back we will be looking at changing that throttle cable, then setting everything up, setting the oil pump up, which is a piece of piss on these. There's nothing difficult about it. Alright, we'll take that out. There we go. One set of really old-fashioned ace bars, which really horrible things when you're 65. Competition bars, let's see, called these, the French ones. Now in France, for some reason, they do sometimes have them up that way, which I find quite quite disturbing, to be honest, but hey ho, each their own. We'll throw that over there for now because we're not really interested in that, and we're going to put these on. Now, before I put these on, I really should put the throttle, the cable back on, but I'm not going to. And as you can see, the knurls don't match the crest, so that tells me that these may be a little bit short for what I want, but what can you do? What can you do? I mean, it's just the way it is, and that's all there is to it. So we'll get this one on, get that one on. Put those somewhere around about there, I think. Jam them up. These have actually got holes in for the, and these were, believe it or not, advertised as GT550 ones. I don't think they are, but we'll see. We'll see. I don't expect anything to be as they are advertised nowadays, but most people, I think, that are selling these things won't even know what the fuck a GT550 is. Probably think it's a Kawasaki. It may be that this is from a GT550 Kawasaki, I don't know. In which case it could have been me not reading the advert correctly. Okay. This one's stuck and it's not threading well at all. Okay, I'm not going to do them up tight because I'm going to be firing around with them forever. I'll stick the seat on later and fit them up and see how that feels. So, there you go, new set of irons. Not quite sure that they'll be, well, they might be okay. They might be fine actually. They might do just well. Okay, well, I will come back once I've fired about with all this to set up the carburetors and the oil pump. And that, hopefully, apart from changing the exhaust over to expansion pipes, is pretty much it for this bike. It's a very simple amount of shit to do. It's not got a big problem with this bike. There's a little bit of wiring to do on the back light, but that's it. But now I'm going to be trying to get this bloody Laverda finished. As you can see, all the yellow body parts are still up there. So I'm going to go and grab a nice cup of ice water, and then I'm going to come back in and carry on with the Laverda, but you don't want to see that because you see me do one of those. So I will see you soon. So in the meantime, ride safe, stay cool, and enjoy yourself.